Everybody, this is UltimaSash back with another game, and I finally got a new capture for this. So, if you guys know what if you guys read the title, you guys know what I'm playing. I'm playing DMC Devil May Cry, the reboot to the original Devil May Cry series. This is the highly controversial reboot because it doesn't follow what the original Devil May Cry did, but oh well. It's such a pretty fun game. In all honesty, I haven't played the original series, but this game is actually really fun. It's kind of easy, but it's still fun. But I'm just going through the options here. I'll do this post commentary too, by the way. Don't want you guys sitting through load screen after load screen. I'm gonna be trying to get those out of the way too. But there's the difficulties. I'm doing Devil Hunter just because I can do Nephilim. It's just I don't want to. This is the loading screen. Yeah, that's it. Oh no, it keeps going. It's just that that's all there is to the loading screen. I'm gonna try to cut those out as much as I can. There are some loading screens I just cannot cut out though because they actually have something in them. But these things are longer than they really need to be. Here are the cutscenes. I'm gonna try to shut up if I can. I'm pretty sure you guys want to know the story, but I'll probably commentate it over anyways. I mean, I have subtitles on, so I'll probably just keep talking. You guys can listen afterwards. That is horrible. I can see the pixels on that. I can count the pixels on that. Pan over, and we have actual nice graphics.
No, you can't have more time. You know the terms. You know the consequences.
We have Mundus here. Yes, it's Mundus, not Mundus as it is in the first game. But Mundus in this game is just kind of a bit of an insult to the original Mundus. Because this guy right in front of us, he's trying to control everything through debt. He's trying to control everything through money. As opposed to the original Mundus, who was pretty much godlike in every possible way before being slaughtered by Dante. Spoilers, by the way. The original Mundus, he was actually quite potent in terms of actual power. This guy right here was very indirect, I suppose. But yeah, you can tell it's Mundus because of the 3 dots is shaped in downwards triangle. This guy is just Mundus is just kind of here, truthfully. Mundus is just there in terms of story for like most of the game. Also, he tries to control everything through debt, and this loose end is Dante, our main protagonist. We see Dante is just kind of, it's weird. Like this guy Mundus, who is controlling the entire world through money, and he's scared by the guy who goes around swinging the sword. But yeah, this was Capcom's attempt at a reboot, or rather, Ninja Theory's attempt at a reboot. Am I going to do this video? Am I going to have to do something about the nudity? I mean, it's not natural nudity, but am I going to have to like do some kind of content rating for this video? I don't know. But yeah, written and directed by Ninja Theory. Yeah, I might have to do something about this. Also, I'm trying to talk over. I have to talk over this because the song that plays in the background, I think it might be from Comic Christ. I'm gonna know. Comic Christ does a bit of his music here. Some of their songs are actually in the game, and I'm not sure if they're royalty free or not. Oh well, we'll see. And so, yeah, we were given the first few shots of Dante, and in all truth, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I actually like the new Dante. This Dante is a bit more quote-unquote relatable. I don't relate to this guy at all, truthfully. But I think he's a bit more understandable in terms of what he goes through and how he deals with it, versus the original Dante, who just kind of does what he wants. You know, the original Dante seems like he kind of went crazy at one point, then just kind of stops caring after, you know, or rather I should say before the events of the first game. And I know a little bit of the original Devil May Cry lore, or I should just say timeline. Like I know like they never did anything timeline wise past 2. 3 was a prequel. 4 takes place between 1 and 2. I heard there was a 5th game in makings, but I haven't actually heard anything from that. By the way, Dante lives on a pier. Actually lives on a pier and has all these what is it, like a carnival? He lives very edge of the pier behind a carnival. Here we're given the introduction. We're introduced to the terrorist group, the Order, who is just basically our resistance. We learn a little bit later that Mundus controls everything, and I mean everything, and the Order is supposed to be there to stop that, but that's kind of gross too, by the way. The fact that Dante's has an insignia on his back that glows and heals his scars is kind of weird. Oh, thanks, Dante. You don't want to get dressed?
Who are you?
There, she's just admiring the view.
You left a trail. Now he's on to you.
What are you talking about? Who's on to me?
The hunter demon. He's here.
Oh, and this game goes through this. The camera goes through great lengths to not ever show Dante's.
Limbo.
Jeez. 19. I can't even say the word penis.
It's too late. You're gonna have to fight.
But hey, I can't call that demon a vagina face. And this is supposed to be Limbo. It's supposed to be kind of like the world of the demons, I suppose.
For a hangover.
It's supposed to go. It's supposed to be like the real world and Limbo are kind of like juxtapositioned. I mean, they actually say that, but they actively say that one has the effects, carries the effects into the other. Like whatever happens in the real world also happens in Limbo, and selectively whatever happens in Limbo happens in the real world. By the way, the force of this trailer going away is able to take off the pepperoni off the pizza. And that has a lot of force. But here we're starting to have actual gameplay. These are lesser Stigans. These are the mooks of the mooks. You only have Rebellion as your primary weapon.
You wanna fight? Let's go.
I could have sworn I turned off tutorials too, by the way. I still get these. I have no idea why though. And the pan into Dante's face. It's supposed to be like a mini load screen, I suppose? Loading up the next enemy formation. You see that quite a lot. But there it is again. I just found it a little annoying. It's like, it has to be so dynamic, and it's just weird. Here you have white orbs. White orbs, you collect enough of those, you get an upgrade point, which you can later spend for an ability later on. You have red orbs, which are basically currency. You go to the shop and you can purchase items or
Who said that?
yeah, pretty much items. The usual small vital stars, large vital stars, gold orbs, and health crosses.
My guns?
Nice guns, bro. Brah. I mean, I didn't mean that. I really didn't. You're just running here. I kind of like Limbo in terms of how it looks. I mean, don't get me wrong, those water graphics look terrible, but like how everything just kind of how everything is, like everything stays in place even though it should be collapsing. I always like that effect.
Ebony, Ivory, I miss you girls.
Oh well, go back to shooting other things. Like Bathos.
Target practice.
These guys are absolutely weak and they only serve the purpose of being gun fodder. And yes, Ebony and Ivory still do shit damage. One time you should be using Ebony and Ivory is when you're want to interrupt an enemy's animation. Like if you want to juggle them, use Ebony and Ivory. You don't want to use them for damage. You want them to interrupt. Yeah, because they can actually stagger weaker enemies, and you can use them to juggle enemies in the air. Oh, and forget about trying to go for like any good style points in this mission, especially the first time, because by the time, because you simply don't have the abilities to start to actually amass style points. You can get style points pretty easily, but in terms of what you can do, not much. By the way, I have no idea what happened there at that pan you saw. It kind of slowed down.
Dante,
It's supposed to zoom in on the enemy being killed, but I think because I deflected its bomb right at it and then killed it,
How come I can see you?
it might have changed exactly how the camera reacted.
I can see you, talk to you, but I'm not actually in limbo with you.
Like, it might be the bomb actually killed it,
If I pull the trigger?
or
I'll die.
it might be that the camera doesn't zoom in if an enemy attack kills itself or something. Oh well.
I don't need your help.
The hunter
Also, this is
dragged
weird.
me into limbo.
You know how I said like
Down here before.
Limbo and the real world are kind of like
Fight whatever shit's
the same but not?
I don't want to fight the hunter. He's not my favorite demon. Follow me.
How should I say
Now.
this? Certain things that I think should be staying in the real world are also here in Limbo. Like, you know, Dante's guns. You know, they were definitely in the real world before they got into Limbo. And so I would assume that when Dante grabbed his guns, they just kind of stayed in the real world as well. I mean, they appear in both the real world and Limbo, but they shouldn't. Because we saw in the scene earlier that I think when Dante put on his guns, I think what I was expecting was the guns to be like real. They'd just be like floating guns. But I guess when he grabbed them, they just kind of went into Limbo completely. By the way, those red orb sacks? Ugh, I hate that word. Those are a bit of a pain with Just Rebellion because I don't have any long range things that are, you know, aimable. Every and Ivory just kind of aim wherever they want. Yeah, there's no lock on feature in this game. Like, there flat out isn't one. You're just kind of like lock on to nearest enemy, or there isn't the nearest enemy. You just kind of shoot forward. And of course, enemies sacks don't count as enemies, so you kind of shoot wherever you want. Dante shoots wherever he wants. You have a nice environmental hazard right there. There are very few of these actually. It's really because you see them in the beginning of the game and then at the end. Moreover, there's more environmental hazards that will attempt to kill you rather than kill the enemy. Here, I've got an upgrade point. I just get through the text because I explained it to you anyways. By the way, if it seems like I'm being kleptomaniac about getting all these red orbs, it's because I don't need items. I can tell you right now, I do not need items. I might need an item or two, maybe a gold orb. just because I get a little reckless. But red orbs, you use them to buy health crosses, which increase your HP. I'd rather have those. I'd rather be a kleptomaniac and get health crosses than not have health crosses when I need them in a big boss battle. By the way, this stage in particular is actually rather long, and this was a bit sad for me because it's like the first level and it's like really long. There's a few missions later on there are just like less than 15 minutes. And there's like 20 main missions as well. There's also the secret missions, but no, those are a bit different. You're only supposed to take like 4 or 5 minutes for the secret missions. There's not much to upgrade here, so I'll just move along. I think I got Singer. I think I did.